Colleagues, I want to take this opportunity to congratulate His Excellency the President on his successful re-election into office and all other presidential candidates that participated in the election. I also want to congratulate you, honorable colleagues, who made it to the August House once again, and also our colleagues who didn't make it to come back here. We know you're already leaders. You will remain part of this family, and we shall continue working with you. As the leadership of Parliament, we would want to have efforts which would be aimed at ensuring that colleagues will remain family, even outside here. Because we have those who have been going, coming back, they lose today, the next time they win. You know, it's very important to remain in touch. And that's why we worked out mechanisms to ensure that at least we be able to give you the minimum assistance, even when you are outside of this house. So I hope we shall continue engaging to see which better way for this family to remain, you know, even outside the house, to remain in a honorable state, despite the challenges that would be coming up. Honorable colleagues, last year we were unable to hold our end-of-year party because we were all running up and down. We were busy in our constituencies. So as the leadership of Parliament, we decided that we should have a party for you. So that is a combination of end of year and beginning of the year. So we shall have it tomorrow at 5 p.m. at South Wing Ground Parking. I therefore invite you to attend, and we shed off the stress that we got from the field. Completing that. Colleague, that's my communication. Reaction, Leader of Opposition, then Minister of Finance.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I also want to join you in welcoming colleagues back to the House. I'll be hesitant for now to pass on congratulatory messages because I believe there is still some issues to be taken care of. But anyhow, it's good that we are back. Some people aside have not congratulated them. It's okay. You have people to congratulate you. Right, Honorable Speaker. Please protect me from members who want me to congratulate them by force, right, Honorable? I certainly cannot congratulate anyone by force.
Colleagues, congratulations are voluntary. Okay, so we have congratulated Honorable Joel.
Who?
I have congratulated.
Oh, you did? I didn't hear that, right, Honorable.
You might be having issues as a leader of opposition.
Anyhow, Honorable Speaker, I wanted to react to your communication and also seek for some guidance. Last week we were here briefly as we were sending off our colleague, the Honorable Stella Isodo. We had just come out of the election. I did raise some critical concerns. The view of the presiding officer was that let me raise them at our next sitting today so that we get some guidance. We want to be able to move without baggage. When we take care of this baggage, it becomes easy to deal with the business that we have got to take care of, right, Honorable Speaker. We have just come out of an election. And regardless who you ask, by the way, whether it be me or colleagues on this side, whether it be colleagues on this end, whether it be bystanders, there are issues that are of critical concern that we need to address as a country. I'm hoping colleagues have taken time to read reports, observer reports, because the Electoral Commission did accredit observers to observe our elections. And they released reports. Please take time to read them. When you read the African Union Observer Report, Interreligious Council of Uganda, and so on, and they raise critical issues, which I believe this Parliament has got to interest itself in issues to do with the credibility of our election, issues to do with brutality before, during, and after the election. By the way, for information to colleagues, the election is not just an event. It's a process. Campaigns are part of the election. And how they are conducted, how candidates are treated or otherwise, that's part of the election itself. And it feeds into the credibility issues that we are raising. So the brutality, people killed, candidates ill-treated, and so on, critical concerns that have got to be addressed by this parliament. People are still abducted. Right, Honourable Speaker, on the eve of the election, colleague leaders in my political party, one, our Deputy President in charge of Western Uganda, Jolie Jacqueline Tukamushaba, a lady who is well known to you, was abducted. To date, her whereabouts are not known. The Honourable Lina Zedriga, our Deputy President in charge of Northern Region, was abducted on election eve. To date, her whereabouts are not known. A gentleman called John Mary Sebuf, who is a councillor, and several others. You see the challenge about these issues. We keep raising them, and some colleagues say, but you are pestering us. Yes, we shall pester using this platform that we have. It is unacceptable that people get abducted and their whereabouts are not known for one day, for a week, come into 2 weeks. Why can't people be produced in court? Government needs to help us understand. I'm not above the law. No one is. I can be suspected to have committed an offense. But what does the law say? Arrest me vis-a-vis the law, produce me in a court of law. But when you hold me somewhere, family cannot access me, lawyers cannot access me. What do you want us to do? What do you want people to do? And when you complain about these issues, some people think we are being too much. Perhaps until it happens to you. And it has happened to colleagues, by the way, across the aisle. So these are critical issues. First, detach the political affiliation and whatever you think is the reason for this person's arrest. But can the law prevail? And these concerns have got to be addressed, Right Honourable Speaker. Hundreds of people arrested, polling agents, people held in police cells for more than the 48 hours that are allowable within the law. That is not proper. And when we raise these issues, let's address them as people's representatives. Forget that I am NUP or NRM, because it can happen to any of us. These foundational principles have got to be respected and fought for by all of us in this room, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, I saw and I see the good doctor, Minister of Information, is here with us. My party leader, after the election, his house was raided, the Honourable Kyagulanyi Sentamu Robert, who is an OB of this house. He managed to sneak away. I kept seeing the military, I kept seeing the Minister of Information here saying no one is after him. But as they were saying that, the military was continuously descending on his home, raided it, broke into it, beat up his wife and family members. And the following day, the minister and other dignitaries were saying, no one is after this man. I said, look, just like I have made it succinctly clear, no one is above the law. If there is an offense that the Honourable Kyagulanyi Sentamu Robert is suspected of having committed, whether it be running for president, some people think it is an offense that you can challenge the Bush war general, and so it's an offense. Whatever offense it is, why don't summons get to be issued to him? So that then he's able to show up and is charged. Honourable Speaker, yesterday his siblings tried to access his home. After the minister again said, no, all is well, people can access. His siblings went there yesterday. And police officers, several of them deployed there, they said, we don't have authority to allow anybody to access his place. I want to know, is it official that the Honourable Kyagulanyi Sentamu Robert is under house arrest? And for that matter, people cannot access his family. And for that matter, it should continue this way. Because why are you not summoning him if there's a particular offense that he has committed? And again, Honourable Speaker, let's forget that this is the leader of the NUP, which you might not like. That's okay. But this is a Ugandan. This is a leader for all intents and purposes. Why is the law operating this way? And Honourable Speaker, the good minister here has got experience with the law being absquatulated. He suffered a similar fate when he was abducted. He was taken away for days on end. His family members were looking for him. Colleagues in this house spoke out on the Hansard, by the way. They said, where is Honorable Chris Baryomunsi? Government, where have you taken him and all the others? People fought for you. Yes. Until eventually, government, due to the pressure exerted by members here and elsewhere, they produced the gentleman in court. But we were saying, why were you hiding him wherever and treating him the way they were?
Now, I'll first call on the Minister for Internal Affairs, then the Minister for Information and National Guidance. No issues of accessibility of the home of the leader of opposition. All right, Honourable Prime Minister, you're welcome. Because they were saying they went, police was blocking them and all that. Is Kyagulanyi under house arrest and all that? Maybe the Minister for Internal Affairs can clarify on that. And then the Minister for Information, who was rescued by this house according to the leader of opposition some time back, can come and thank us. Minister for Internal Affairs. You see, Honourable, no, you are telling me information, now you've changed procedure, but I will allow you, Honourable. Just let me first allow the ministers, then I will allow you. Honourable Minister.
Right, Honourable Speaker, Honourable Members, I also want to congratulate all of you who made it through, including, but not limited to, the leader of opposition, who by his account, this was an unfair process, but nevertheless, he made it. He talked about many things, including that the home of the Honorable Kyagulanyi is a prison. But I want to say that, first of all, a prison presupposes that there are prisoners in a premise. That home is not a gazetted prison. The Honorable Kyagulanyi himself is not there. So I want to state categorically that that home is not a prison. There may be inconveniences, and security may have reasons for their presence there. I think those ones we can iron out, but the home of the Honorable Kyagulanyi is not a prison. 2, abductions. We don't abduct, we arrest. So if you breach the law, you get arrested. And we can account for all those people under custody. They may delay to be produced, but we don't abduct as government. Thank you.
Honourable Minister for Information, and then you can come.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. I also take the opportunity to congratulate colleagues who went through and thank whoever participated. I think many of the issues to do with the arrests, the Minister of Internal Affairs has commented. But just to recap what I told the country as the Minister of Information, is that there are no charges being preferred against the Honorable Kyagulanyi, and the state is not looking for him. He's a free man. And that's the point I made. He chose on his own volition to go into hiding. The state is not interested in him. Otherwise, the state would pick him from wherever he is, because we know. You know, we have technology to trace people. But because we are not interested in him, that's why I said he's free to be in his home. At the moment, he's not at the home, but he's free anytime and members of his family. There is a light deployment at his home, not to harass anybody, but for Ugandans not to use the home as a public disorder hub for purposes of security. There are security interests. And therefore, there is some access control. Because again, also when the head of the home is not there, you wouldn't want the whole crowd of Ugandans to just swim there. So there's some control, but harmless. So, leader of opposition, your leader is not wanted by the state and advise him to be at home, provided he doesn't engage in law breaking. There is no problem with that. Secondly, it is not true that I have ever been abducted by this government. In 2012, we had an issue in this house where a colleague died in circumstances which were not clear. I was tasked by the House as a commissioner of Parliament to be part of the team to find out what had happened. Unfortunately, there was like a misunderstanding between the government and us in the Parliament, and I was arrested on my way to Fort Portal and detained at the Ginger Road Police Station, produced in the Buganda Road Court, given bail, and for 9 months we battled with the government, and I defeated the government and forgave the government. Yes. And actually, Mr. General Kare Kaihura apologized to me officially, because I also told the president that I am a qualified medical doctor and I knew what I was doing in that investigation. I remember we had an argument before, and I told him I will defeat you in court because I am a senior doctor, highly qualified, by the way, and there is no law I had broken, and indeed court agreed with me. So insinuations that I was abducted, I know the Honorable Semuju wants to use it all the time and the opposition, but that one is long past, so I just wanted to clarify. And I was working as a commissioner.
Point of order.
Okay.
Mr. Speaker, first of all, I have not said anything since I came here. But the Honorable Chris Baryomunsi, who was charged for stealing Nebanda's body parts, wants to draw me in an argument where I am not a party. I went to see him at Ginger Road Police, where they had denied him even sandals. And I followed this matter up to court, stood with him. Is he in order not to thank me, but to keep dragging me in his submission and create an impression that I have said something, yet I have said nothing? Is he in order?
Honorable Semuju, when Honorable Chris was presenting, I saw you, on your face I saw signs which are not usual. You are not the usual you. So I think since he's a qualified doctor and highly qualified, he might have understood you better, that you're concerned or you are so. Huh? So, but at least you should thank Honorable Semuju for what he did.
No, actually, Honorable Semuju is my friend.
Did he bring you sandals even, or he just observed and went away?
I want to thank the Honorable Semuju because actually he came, and many colleagues came to visit me, but he came empty-handed. He came empty-handed. But I appreciate he was concerned, but he even wrote a story in Observer which misquoted what he claims I have said, but that's for another day. But I want to thank him and the other colleagues. And I remember the Honorable Amuriat and the Honorable Nabu Kenya and the Honorable David Bahat stood surely for me in court. So it's true, there was support in the Parliament during that time, because we were fighting for the welfare of a colleague who had died in circumstances which were not clear. And I've already said, if it happened again, I would still do the same that I did then, to fight for the rights of somebody, especially who can't speak for himself or speak for herself in those circumstances. So I have no regrets for what I did on behalf of Parliament then as a parliamentary commissioner. So you should never use it to blackmail me or to think that I will feel shy because of the role that I played as a commissioner in this house. But I also want to put on record that the charges were not about stealing body parts. No. No, it was not about stealing body parts. That will be for another day. Now, you, Right Honorable Speaker, my plea to the honorable members and all of us as leaders, and that's the point I have been making in the media, that we are done with elections. Presidential, parliamentary, local government at LC5, municipal councils, waiting now for the LC3 and town councils to complete this process. Whoever is aggrieved with the results, there is a channel for court to petition, so that if you adduce evidence to the courts, then the courts can listen to you. But inciting the public for people to go into riots and violence, I think is not helpful for both of us in the government, even for you in opposition, because we want a stable Uganda. If you think you were rigged or you were treated unfairly, there are channels of court, but not an civilized way of inciting Ugandans. And security has a responsibility to ensure that you and I are safe in this country, because me being a candidate, whether presidential, parliamentary, is not a license to threaten you and harm your security as a Ugandan. And therefore, whatever actions you see security doing is in that line that they have a duty with the leave of the Speaker.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, allow me to congratulate my colleagues, though many of us came in different ways, others through the door, others through the window, but all the same, I congratulate everyone. The clarification I would like to seek from our Minister. Our Minister, the leader of opposition raised very important concern about the Vice Chair of Northern Uganda of NUP. She disappeared. The family is looking for where she is. What we are interested in knowing is, tell us, where is she? Where have you detained her? And what charges was preferred before her? Right now, many people are disappearing. Be straight to the point and tell us where those who are lost, where they are. That is where we want to go. Thank you.
Well, I thought that point had been addressed by the Minister of Internal Affairs, but okay.
Colleagues, once it clocks 3 p.m., we are going back on the order paper. So, Minister, conclude.
Okay. I think police and security agencies are doing their work. If there are people who are breaching the law, police and other agencies are mandated by law to take action. What we have guided security is that if they arrest somebody, he or she should be arrested roughly and taken to gazetted centers and processed in accordance with the law. Now, cases of those you are saying have been abducted, I cannot confirm here that someone has been abducted, because there is a law on missing persons. If your dear one goes missing for a number of days, the law requires you to report to police that my person is missing, and then the law commands police now to assist you in search of such a person. But the information I have, that those who are being arrested are being processed for court, and then they are charged and handled accordingly. We do not condone abducting or arresting people and keeping them in areas which are not known. That is not the position of government. But the Minister of Information, of Security, Internal Affairs, maybe later, can give us information regarding those cases you are reporting.